Hello once more and welcome to a brand new video. In this video, we'll take a look at the top players for expected points in Game Week 5 and the next 6 game weeks to help you with your transfer and captaincy decisions. The international break is almost over, with Game Week 6 starting on Saturday instead of Friday. Let's start with the keepers, with Leno being the best choice for a home game against Luton Town. To date this season, no goalkeeper has a higher total of FPL save points than his 6. Despite recording the highest XG against them, Fulham are second in the clean sheet odds, and to be fair, they've faced 3 penalties during that period. Vicario is in second place and was unlucky to drop 2 goals in Game Week 4. Burnley have only had 3 big chances all season, which is the fewest in the league. Tottenham will face Sheffield, the team with the second worst XG, with 3.46 over the last 4 games in the league. Kaminsky isn't included for this week's projections, but Luton Town is ranked second on the fantasy football fix ticker for the following 6 game weeks, with favourable ties against Fulham, Wolves, Everton, Burnley and Nottingham Forest. Just making the cut this game week, Fotheringham actually leads the goalkeeper saves odds with 6-point expected saves. Sheffield are travelling to London to take on Spurs, who are actually second in the league in shots with 72, behind only Brighton. Nick Pope, who's expected to score 4.1 points this week, is a solid alternative for Newcastle's defence. Newcastle United has given up the joint fewest big chances among all teams in the season, despite the opening 4 weeks of the season haven't been easy for them, with ties against Manchester City, Liverpool, Brighton and Aston Villa in that time. Onto the defenders, and Udogie is top with just under 5 expected points. He has only attempted to 1 goal in the previous 4 games, while teammate Pedro Porro has attempted 7. However, 6 of Porro's attempts have been from outside the box. Trent is second on the list, with 4.4 points expected, despite concerns over his fitness for the Wolves game. He assisted Liverpool's opening goal in their 3-0 win over Aston Villa. In the previous game week, he led all defenders with his 5 attempted assists. Robinson is also among the top defenders for projections. The bookies are giving a 39% chance that Fulham will keep a clean sheet against Luton. Could be a good pick if you're on a wild card this week. Both Serge Aurier and Oluwaina make the projections for this week. Nottingham actually ranks 9th in the league in expected goals conceded. Despite facing some of the best teams in XG in their opening 4 games, including ties against Arsenal, Chelsea and Manchester United, the Clarets are up against Nottingham Forest in Game Week 5. Owners of Matt Turner should be hopeful in their lack of goals threat. Mervis Estupiñán isn't on this list for this game week, though his 24 touches inside the penalty box are the most by any defender. The mids are coming next, and if you've gotten something out of this video so far, a like and a subscribe would be greatly appreciated. Right, when looking ahead to week 5, Salah is top among mids with 5.7 predicted points. His first goal of the season that wasn't a penalty puts him at 1.22 in expected goal involvements in the past game. Wolves away from home presents a potential opportunity for those who own Salah to captain him. The projections have Son at second with just over 5 points. He's had 0.28 in XG through the first 3 games, though in Game Week 4 alone, he managed 1.12 in XG when playing centrally against Burnley. If we look at this week's goal scoring odds, Tottenham are top with 2.7 goals expected. He's certainly a captaincy shout in Game Week 5, as it's a very reasonable fixture for a Tottenham. His teammate James Maddison has been sensational for Spurs and is 4th on the mids projections. Given that he is the set-piece taker for a Tottenham, he may take advantage of the fact that Sheffield has allowed the most opportunities from set plays with 24, the most of any team in the league. If we look at the assist data ahead of this week, he's actually first with a 39% chance of assisting. Martinelli owners had their patience rewarded with an assist against Manchester United. Worryingly, he hadn't attempted any big chances in the first 4 games, but the Brazilian winger may get some good news with Jesus' comeback from injury. He's predicted to score 4.3 in the next game, second only to Saka among Arsenal mids, so he's worth holding away to Everton. Holland leads the forwards with an expected score of 6.6 points. His hat-trick against Fulham last week was his first of the season, and he only trails Brian Mbemo in terms of minutes per XG. Against West Ham, he's been given a 56% probability of finding the back of the net. He's still the standout captain for this week, but you could also make an argument for a captaining Son or Maddison home to Sheffield. It's a favourable home fixture for Awoniyi against Burnley on Monday. This season, 42.9% of the shots he's attempted have been goals. The Nigerian forward has scored 3 goals from 7 shots and has had 14 touches inside the opposition's penalty area, more than any teammate. One to keep an eye on given his promising numbers. It's getting harder to dismiss Julian Alvarez after he generated a league-high 12 chances in only 4 games, more than any other forward. Gameweek 3 was the only time he failed to produce any returns, but even then, he earned a penalty that Holland failed to convert. Despite the fact that Nicholas Jackson's XG underperformance in Gameweek 4 was second only to that of Darwin's, Jackson is still a solid mid-priced option to Watkins. If you're a Jackson owner, moving to Ollie Watkins in a few weeks makes a lot of sense. Martin Edouard just makes the projections, with 3.3 predicted points in an away game versus Villa. This season, he and Visser have the most of any Premier League player, with 4 efforts at goal from within the 6-yard box. He's a player to keep an eye on as Palace's schedule improves, starting in Game Week 10. So to recap, Erling Haaland, Salah and Son are all projected to have strong weeks heading into the next game week. Those of you planning moves this week, sound off in the comments. We do read all of your comments, so leave one below and we'll be sure to respond to them. If you haven't already, please subscribe so you don't miss the upcoming team selection video. We'll see you at the next one.